Welcome to today's quick tip. So a lot of times you'll run into a situation where you need to cut a throttle cable, trim it down, or a bicycle brake cable, which is what this happens to be. And the one thing you don't want to do with any of these cables, they're all pretty much the same, is use a pair of dikes. Yeah, laugh all you want. They're wire cutters. Don't use wire cutters because it's a stainless steel most of the time, which means it's very hard and it's going to damage wire cutters. I'll put up a picture of some that I damaged myself. Not on this, but I was cutting steel, same concept applies. So anyway, this is not the cheapest way to do it. This is not necessarily the most accessible way to do it because I'm sure many of you folks don't have a TIG welder. I do. If you don't have a TIG welder, then the best way to cut it is grinding it somehow. Again, wire cutters are not your friend here. But if you grind it or whatever, it's still going to unravel. And when it unravels, then you get those ugly, nasty strings and everything. But this is a trick I picked up a couple of years ago, and this is how I do it. So make sure that the other end of the cable is on the ground clamp, and this end I just need to sever actually because this cable was assembled backwards from the factory. So this needs to be trimmed down and installed. So I just need to cut this end off. This is just how simple it is. The TIG is set to 100 amps roughly, DC, and that's it. Let's do it. There you go. Just that simple. Nice, neat cut. Now, one thing I didn't do, I didn't make sure that the gas was flowing through the line, which is something I normally do. So you want a nice small end. So let's do it. And that's it. It cauterizes the end. Doesn't let you get any little stringy wires and everything. And that's all there is to it, right there. Just that simple. Takes like 1 second. Just blast it real quick. You know, in fact, I'll do it again. Do it fast enough, you end up with a nice, perfect end, just like that. You know, the stuff you saw coming out was probably lubricant and what have you, but it doesn't matter. We're not welding, we're severing. It's just that simple. But that's the best way to cut a bicycle brake cable, a throttle cable, whatever. Any other way is not going to work quite as nice and leave you quite as nice of a finished end. So hopefully I'll be able to zoom into this in post and you can get a nice good look at what it really looks like up close and personal. So there's another quick tip. Subscribe.